lot of Mustangs on the DGDG channel before, but this is no ordinary Mustang. This is the 2020 Shelby GT500, and it is the most powerful production Ford ever made. The Shelby Mustang name dates back to the mid-1960s when Lee Iacocca of Ford asked Carroll Shelby to help improve the sports car image of the Mustang. They created the GT350, and 2 years later, when the Mustang grew in size a little bit, they stuck a big block V8 in it and created the GT500. Fast forward to 2007, they stuck a supercharged V8 in the Mustang and brought back the GT500 name. That model received updates over time, and in 2013, that model was able to go faster than 200 miles an hour. Since then, we haven't had a GT500, but for 2020, the GT500 returns with this new model. So with a Shelby Mustang, the most important part is always under the hood. This one has a 5.2-liter supercharged V8 called the Predator with a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission by Tremec. This model does not have a manual. That will upset some of the purists, but I can tell you this is an amazing transmission. It is one of the fastest shifting dual clutches I've ever driven. As far as performance numbers go, it has 760 horsepower, 625 pound-feet of torque, and that not only makes it the fastest production Mustang Ford has ever made, it's the fastest production Ford has ever made. That includes the GT supercar that costs well over $500,000. So what does that all mean? This car does 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds, which is only 0.3 of a second slower than the Ford GT, and it does a quarter mile in 10.6. How can you tell the GT500 apart from all the other Mustangs? Well, aside from the obvious Cobra badge in front, you have huge air intakes. These are all real, they're not blocked off. They are designed to get air as quickly as possible to that huge engine. Also, there's a heat extractor in the hood that is also very real. And normally you'd have a front splitter on this car, but this one doesn't have it installed because it's brand new. So this GT500 is not just about straight line speed, it's also about handling. At all four corners, you have 20-inch wheels wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires. They're 305 section width at the front and 315 at the rear, which is just absolutely massive. They're Brembo brakes at all four corners. They're 15.5-inch rotors at the front, which is literally the size of some cars' wheels. And also standard is Magna-Ride suspension, which is going to make the ride super comfortable on the street and amazingly capable on the track with just the flip of a switch. So let's be honest, this is the view that most people are going to see of the GT500, the back. It has a massive rear wing and a really aggressive rear diffuser, but most noticeably, it has a crazy exhaust system. There's 4 different modes from quiet all the way up to track, and they all sound amazing. One thing I forgot to mention up front were the racing stripes. They're an optional extra. You can get vinyl racing stripes for an extra $1,000, or you can get them painted on the car for an extra $10,000. Like I said, this car is about big numbers. Let's get in and drive it. Okay, so driving the GT500. First thing you notice is it's fast. Second is it sounds unbelievable. I mean, it's otherworldly the way this car sounds. Exhaust has 4 different modes from quiet, which will make your neighbors happy, all the way up to track, which is what I'm in right now, and it is just crazy in track mode. There are driving modes as well, and the driving modes, just like on any other car, adjust everything from the steering feel, the throttle response, the traction control, even the exhaust note, damping, and essentially that starts from normal. There's a snow and wet mode, there's a sport mode, which I'm driving in right now, which is kind of the middle of the road, track, and then drag strip mode as well. And so you can customize everything. There's a mode called My Mode where you can basically put your suspension in the softest setting and your exhaust in the loudest setting and your steering in the heaviest setting. So you can really play with it and get the car to feel like how you want it to. This transmission has been the most controversial part of the new GT500, because when you think Mustang, when you think Shelby, you think clutch pedal and stick shift. That is not the case for this car. There is no manual option available, and to be honest, I'm completely okay with that, because the 7-speed dual clutch made by Tremec that's in this car is unbelievable. In automatic mode, it's great. When you want to shift manually with these amazing, nice big paddles here, it also works really well. I am going to switch into manual here. I'm going to downshift a little bit because we've got a biker. And listen to this. It is so fast. One of the fastest shifting transmissions in any car I've ever driven. And that includes really high-end German stuff, and we know those cars shift really quickly. This is one of the best, and I'm completely fine with it being in this car because 760 horsepower is a lot, and you need that transmission to keep up with it in order to make the most of that power. In corners, the grip's amazing. 305 with front tires, so you have so much steering feel. It doesn't matter if you're in the comfort steering mode or in the track steering mode, you get feel in all of them. The grip, I'm just driving on the street. I can't really test the grip, let's be honest. If I was on track, that'd be a different story, but I could just tell that this car has a ton of grip, a ton of potential, and I'm sure it'd be amazing on track because that's what it was built for. So, technology-wise, not a whole lot of driver aids in this car, and that's just because the market that it's catered toward is people who want to drive. They don't want the car to drive for them. So you have things like blind spot, backup cameras, all that stuff comes on the car. I believe blind spot is optional. Backup camera obviously is standard. But there are 3 packages that you can get. So it starts with the tech package. That's the cheapest one. This car has the tech package on it. You get, as standard, the Ford Sync 3 8-inch touchscreen. The tech package adds navigation and a Bang & Olufsen sound system to that. The next package is the handling package. With that, you get adjustable strut top mounts, you get an oil catch can, you get a gurney flap, and a bigger splitter with wickers and dive planes, which look really cool. The package that everybody wants on this car, it's the ultimate package, is the carbon fiber track package. It's a lot of money. It's $18,500. Hear me out, there's a lot in it, makes it worth it. The number one thing is the 20-inch carbon fiber wheels. Those are just kind of out of this world. It's kind of unheard of to get carbon fiber wheels on a car below 100 grand. You get that on things like Porsche, Ferrari, Koenigsegg. Those are the brands that come to mind when I think of carbon fiber wheels, but you can actually get them on this car. They come with more aggressive tires, Michelin Pilot Cup Sport 2s. You also get Recaro seats as part of that package with the rear seat delete. You get an exposed carbon fiber spoiler on the back, and everything in the handling package is also part of the carbon fiber track package. So definitely worth it. It really kind of pushes this car into another price bracket. But for someone who's looking to buy this for the ultimate performance, for something that they're going to use on track regularly, that's going to make a huge difference. Being able to put that power down, reducing the unsprung weight in the wheels and tires by having those carbon fiber wheels makes such a huge difference. And it really does improve the performance of this car quite a bit. I've never driven one with it, but from everything I've read and watched on the internet, you definitely want that. But listen to this car, it's amazing. I'm on kind of a twisty road right now, and it's not my car, so I'm not pushing it too hard, but it's really, really good. I'm blown away by this thing. So for those of you who know me, every time I've done one of these videos for DGDG, I always leave wanting the car, and in some cases I've actually gone and bought the car. Unfortunately, I'm not buying this one today, but I definitely would love to. If you want to buy it, you can check out Capital Ford in San Jose, California, or you can visit dgdg.com and buy it online using our exclusive no-brainer checkout. Thanks.